of the huge benefits with Microsoft Teams is that you have the ability as a teacher to push out assignments to your learners. You can then track that assignments coming back, provide digital feedback, and grades. So let's see how we can create an assignment. So when you click on the Create button, you have a few options. So I can create from an existing assignment, so that will save me some workload. So if I've got any assignments in any of my other teams, then I can use them in any team that I'm an owner of. I can also create a quiz for my learners, but for this example, I'm going to create an assignment. I'm going to give my assignment a title. And I'm going to enter some instructions for my learners. So I'm going to ask them to create a presentation about their chosen artist, include life achievements and style of work. And I'd also like to attach some resources to help with this task. So I'd like to include a PowerPoint and a link to a website. And I can do this by clicking on Add Resources. Once I've selected Add Resources, it automatically pulls up the content from my OneDrive. And that's really flexible, so I can be creating materials in my OneDrive and then pull them straight into Microsoft Teams. Similarly, I can also do it with Class Notebook. I can also add links to websites or other materials. I can create resources to attach to my assignment by clicking on the Add New. I can browse my teams to pull in materials that I have, again, in any of the teams I'm an owner of. But I can also upload from my device. So if I've got any materials that are already saved on my hard drive, I can upload them into this assignment. But for this example, I'm just going to scroll down and select a PowerPoint. And you can see there's a blue bar appears and it'll go right to the end once that's attached to the assignment. By default, students can't edit this piece of work. It's only for view to help them with the assignment. And you can see it says it there, students can't edit. But I can also customize this by clicking on the ellipses on the right-hand side where there's more attachment options. From here, I can choose that my students will all get their own copy of this PowerPoint, and then they can edit their own copy, and then that would go back into the assignment. So that's a really useful way of pushing out a template. I can also choose to open it in various options in Teams, PowerPoint, or PowerPoint Online, but I can also download it or remove it. But I'm going to leave it just now. It's students can't edit, it's view only to help with the task I've given them. I'd also like to add a link to a website. So I'm just going to pull up the link to the website that I want them to use that will help them with the task. Just click Add Resources again. This time link on the left hand side, paste the address and just give it a title. So now I've got the title of my assignment, the instructions for my learners, a piece of work that will help them with the task, and a website that will also help them with the task. I can now choose to allocate some points. Another way that I can allocate points is by adding a rubric, and this is like marking criteria. You don't have to add a rubric, but I'm just going to give you a very quick demo of how you can do this. So once you click to add a rubric, you can add a new rubric, you can upload one you've got saved somewhere else, or it will pull up ones that you've already created. So I'm just going to pull up one that I've already created. It's got a title and a description. So my learners will see this along with their assignment, so they will know the areas that I'm looking at, and they will know where they will get the most points. Any part of this rubric is editable. So if this isn't the criteria that you want to use, then you can change the text along the top, and you can change the areas that you want to grade as well. You can also choose not to have points. So if you just disable the point system, then again, it'll just be for information for the learners. However, I'm going to leave the points enabled. I can see they've been evenly distributed throughout the 3 areas that I'll be looking at, and the points are then popped in along the top. So I'm just going to attach that rubric to the assignment. So you can see now it's worth 100 points, and my learners will see the rubric, the marking criteria that goes along with the task. I can choose which team I want to assign this to, and I can also choose to assign it to all students, or if I click on the student icon, I can choose to push it out to individual students. But I'm going to leave it just now at all students. I can add a due date and the due time. Once I'm happy, at the top right hand side, I could either save this assignment, I can obviously discard it and start again, or I can just assign it straight away. So I'm just going to click Assign. You can now see that I've got one assignment sitting underneath Assigned, and it's due tomorrow. So that's been automatically pushed out to my learners. I can also track my assignments and the ones that have been marked from this area here, and I can also check my drafts. So if I just saved that one, then it would appear under drafts. But just now I've assigned it and it's went out to my learners in my class.